Welcome to this edition of the Raw Loaf, where we are covering the September 4th, 2018 edition of Smackdown Live. And we got Renee in the ring welcoming us, her in her plaid pants. She's bringing out Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella, and everybody's excited to see them. Everybody's chanting Daniel Bryan. Then Renee Young shows that video of The Miz and Maurice challenging Daniel Bryan and Brie to a fight in an empty arena, because The Miz is like, dude, maybe you won't be embarrassed in front of millions of people this time. I'm the Miz. But of course, Brie and Bryan want to fight the Miz and Maurice right now. They left, but somebody who didn't leave, Andrade Cien Almas. Is he the only one with 3 names in the WWE right now? With Zelina Vega, and of course, we get to our first match. But let's mark today's date, because it's September 4th, 2018, September 4th, 2019. Let's see how Andrade's English has improved. Wowie, shall we? Wowie. So we might as well just call this match the Battle of the One-Armors, because Daniel Bryan at first just starts working on Cien's arm, setting him set up for that yes lock. And then Andrade goes and attacks Daniel Bryan's arm. And oh man, these two are battling it out, just like last week. And there was this kind of a weird thing that I'd like to mention during this match. It was Daniel Bryan was on the ring apron after Cien had missed a move and fell out of the ring. And Cien is clearly like standing over in the corner on the floor, like staring right at Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan takes off running, he goes for that flying knee, but Andrade jumps up with the drop kick and stops Daniel Bryan right in his tracks. One of the commentators, I don't know who it was. Well, I don't know who it was. I know I don't know who. Okay. One of the commentators had said that Andrade obviously has done all of his homework to see that coming. And I was like, Andrade was standing there staring at Daniel Bryan to see that coming. Eventually, Daniel Bryan gets the victory over Andrade. And then we get a little video of the Miz and Maurice. They're like in some restaurant saying, we're here to eat some food. We don't have time for you. We're at Scarfoni's, Italian food. Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella do not appreciate this. They go to the back of the ring. We go to commercial break. We come back from commercial break. Daniel and Brie Bryan, they're in the back, and somebody catches up to him. I think it was Renee, and she is like, where are you guys going? And they're like, we're hungry. We're going to have some Italian food. Oh, there's a spot open at Scarfoni's. Too much information. First off, if you want to get back at somebody. As much as I hate the Miz, I'm sure somebody was his friend, and somebody had to have texted him. You know, it's like, don't give out your game plan to the world. So next up, we have a CNN/Fox News style interview where Becky Lynch is on the right side of the screen and Charlotte's on the left side of the screen, and these two just go back and forth, and I'm thinking, why can't they just be there in real life? It's weird that both of them had to be on satellite feed. And they say they're not best friends anymore, but they're doing the exact same thing. I just feel bad for all those giant Charlotte fans out there. And I don't know why you'd be a fan of Becky right now. She kind of turned into a... But they did play that clip of Becky saying that B word, and that was kind of surprising. So next up, we got Naomi taking on Peyton Royce again for some reason, and when the Iconics come out, I was like, ugh, these girls are gonna jibber, jabber, and chirp like little freaking birdies. But, I'm one for wordplay, and they were sitting there going, no, me. And I was like, what is this? And then Billy Kay, I believe, went, oh, I get it. No way, Naomi. And I was like, oh, okay. And this match started off with a big ol' elbow to the back of the head of Peyton Royce. Naomi smartened up a little bit. She's like, I gotta take out this second person because it's hard fighting 2 people at once. She does that a couple times. She gets to the point where she's on the outside of the ring apron. Peyton Royce is up against the ropes. Naomi does a flip over her, hits her with the sunset flip, and she actually pinned her. And then, oh man, right after the pin, literally within a second, whoa, bam! Whoa, bam! Okay, I can't get my foot up that high, but you get the idea. Billy Kay runs in there, just hits Naomi in the back of the head with a kick. And then all of a sudden, Naomi's got a friend. Asuka decides to show up like 2 weeks late. And she goes out there and she just tears through the Iconics. And then goes and helps her, I guess, new friend Naomi. Next up, we got Jeff Hardy with a video package about his Hell in a Cell match against Randy Orton. And there was at the end, it was like, I can't remember what was said exactly, but it was set up. It was set up so good for Jeff Hardy to just drop a bomb. And then Jeff Hardy just said the normal thing you would say. Shame on you, Jeff Hardy. You talked about having all of that adrenaline throughout that video package and you just dropped all of it. How dare you? Afterwards, we go backstage and Paige is on her cell phone. And then The Miz comes in with Maurice. And they're like, where's Daniel Bryan? And Paige is like, they're gone. They're gone. And they're like, we cut our dinner short. Oh my god, we're not gonna eat this disgusting Detroit food. I wouldn't feed it to my dog. But man, oh man, I wish he would have eaten, because I would have loved to see him be in a match with a belly full of pasta, and then Daniel Bryan or whoever just kicks him in the stomach, and the Miz is like, just puking pasta all over the place. So the Miz and Maurice decide they're gonna leave, but Paige is like, hold on, so you're gonna face somebody. We don't know who yet, but you're gonna face somebody, and if you leave, you don't have to bother coming back. And this is a main event. And last night, Baron Corbin didn't have a main event, but he's a Dumbo. He was Dumbo of the week last week. And next up, we get to see R-Truth for the first time tonight. And R-Truth for years and years and years now has been hilarious to me. He's back there and he's looking for Carmella. But he runs into Maurice, but he thinks she's Carmella. And there's a whole little spat between those two, and The Miz shows up and goes, what are you doing talking to my wife? And then he goes, Miz? You married Carmella? If I go back and watch this episode of SD Live sometime in the future, it will be mainly for the R-Truth segments. And then we got Samoa Joe, who comes into the ring and goes, oh, Wendy. And you know, it's Wendy is probably a good person, but I will say this, Samoa Joe is a terrible man, and I don't know why anybody bothers dealing with him. And if AJ Styles just went, get away from me, Joe, Joe probably would just die, because if you feed a troll the attention they crave, the troll only gets bigger and bigger, as we're seeing here. Then AJ Styles appears on the screen, and then he goes, the talking stops here. And then about 20 seconds later, AJ Styles comes out, runs out to the ring. These two start going at it, punching, and it ends up out of the ring. AJ Styles is on the floor, and Samoa Joe goes and grabs a chair. AJ Styles is up again, and he gives a phenomenal forearm to Samoa Joe. And then they send out the referees to get out there and break these two up, and they actually do. And it's not like last night where there's 80 guys taking on 6 guys and they can't do it. But AJ Styles, to his credit, should have been a lot harder than the whole Shield put together to keep off of Samoa Joe, because this is his family. The Shield and DDB are just fighting because they're just like, I want your championship. AJ Styles is fighting for his family, and if you don't have a family to fight for, I don't know how to convey to you what that feels like. It's like you gotta do everything you can to just, you want to rip into the Samoa Joe's heart and pull it out, and but Paige is like, get back there, and AJ Styles goes, okay. And good job, AJ Styles. Cooler heads prevail, just like they say on Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Oh, we get R-Truth again, and this time he's with Ty Dillinger. They are looking for Carmella, and Ty's like, why are we looking for Carmella? But Carmella's literally 10 feet away and never hears R-Truth say her name, and she hates R-Truth, but she just stood there. But whatever. But again, you gotta go see this segment. Go look it up. Hopefully they put it on WWE's YouTube channel or something. But, oh man, it's gold. But here's the deal. I think in this moment it is revealed that R-Truth is not actually crazy, and hasn't been crazy for the last 7 years, ever since he found little Jimmy. I think R-Truth is a crazed mastermind, because after he convinces Carmella to go out there with him to fight the other Carmella, he turns to Ty and goes, see, I'm teaching you. I am teaching you. And Ty goes, what are you possibly teaching me? And R-Truth goes, I just got in the main event in Smackdown. All this craziness has been an act. We have another video package, and this one features Randy Orton talking his take on his Hell in a Cell match with Jeff Hardy. His ends a little bit better than Jeff Hardy's did, because after all this destruction Randy says he's gonna cause, he says he's gonna be smiling at the end of it. Typical Orton. Typical Orton. So next up we have a triple threat tag team match for the Smackdown tag team titles. And the 3 teams in this match are the Usos, Sanity, and Rusev Day. And they go out there in this battle between the Usos and Sanity that starts off the match is just overwhelming. They're like pow, 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 pow. Everybody wants Rusev Day in there, and then Rusev and his bigness, but his slyness, he's like pow, and he tags himself in, and he goes nuts with the machka kicks all over the ring. And there's one point where Eric Young is on his hands and knees in the middle of the ring, and it's like, come on, Rusev, get that accolade on there. But Rusev is like he's a big bear, and he's excited about some honey or something, and then he kicks Alexander Wolf in the face while Killian Dane is down, and it starts to look bad for Rusev Day right there. And I will tell you this, Mama Birdie Bree may have lost her wings, but there was one point in this match where Rusev is looking outside. He's like, I'm gonna do a suicide dive, and he runs, and then he gets hit, and he goes to the mat, and Eric Young ends up rolling him up and puts his legs up on it, and it's 1, 2, saved by Aiden English. And then Aiden English is getting into some verbal argument with Eric Young, and Eric Young's like, why would you do that? And like, okay. And then he turns around and Rusev just gives him a super machka kick. And Rusev Day wins this match, which means next week it will be Rusev Day taking on The Bar. Winners get the New Day at the Hell in a Cell. Main event time, and the Miz and Maurice come out, but it's not main event time yet. We gotta play the footage that we already played earlier tonight. Miz, stop being so full of yourself. Nobody cares. I just want to rip those eyeglasses off of your face, and I want to shove them straight down your mouth, and I want to shove my fist all the way down there until my shoulders are touching your nose, you lying fat piece of scum. I hope you don't die, because I want you to live forever, because that is the true curse on mankind. Immortality. But that right now I think belongs to John Cena. So can we get it one more time? And then R-Truth and Carmella come out, and Carmella is singing R-Truth's theme song, and R-Truth is probably super excited about this. She may have been a big fan of his years ago before she came to NXT. So that was a great moment for them, I'm sure. And this match starts off, and R-Truth is holding up his own. You're like, oh, R-Truth, we haven't seen him wrestle in a good long time against the caliber of The Miz. And then this match is pretty back and forth. Truth was holding his own, and every single time Truth dove at The Miz, I was really getting nervous. Oh, I'll never forget that time when R-Truth dove at The Miz, and The Miz just, oh my god. Let's just say R-Truth had to be escorted out. He was done. And as The Miz is going to set up R-Truth for the skull-crushing finale, okay, that was a bad impression of Daniel Bryan's theme song, but his theme song hits, and then R-Truth rolls up The Miz, because The Miz is like, what's going on? And he gets the 1, 2, 3. The Miz loses to R-Truth. R-Truth wins in the main event at Smackdown, and then it's just an afterthought, and it's like nobody cares, because Zelina Vega comes in, Andrade comes in, and then The Miz and the Maurice, they're all fighting now, and that's, I guess, the big story. But to me, the big story is R-Truth beating The Miz in the main event at SmackDown Live. And until next week, we will see what happens to R-Truth. And thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Raw Loaf. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave comments. Tell me things you do like. If you're new to the show, Go back and watch some of the old episodes. Tell me if you thought the old format was better. It's kind of the same, but just tell me what you like that I do, what you don't like that I do. You can go ahead and click the subscribe button. There's a like button you can click too. I guess you can click that bell button. You go down in the comments and then type some characters and words in there, and then you can click that comment post button. You can like me on Facebook, facebook.com/TheRawLoaf. Go on Twitter, please, @TheRawLoaf. That's where I'm most active. I check Facebook whenever I put a new video up, but it's just Twitter's been just so much more active than Facebook. So I'll see it when but I might start checking every day if people start getting on there. Facebook.com/TheRawLoaf. Twitter.com/TheRawLoaf, YouTube.com/TheRawLoaf. I lucked out. Everything is The Raw Loaf. And we'll see you next week.